Hey, welcome back to DIY Willy. Today's video, well, it's going to be a little bit different. Normally we're working on cars, one of the car projects, either the Razor, the Samurai project, the mini bikes, or building just one of the small engines. Today though, I found a problem in my garage, and it could be a dangerous problem and it might be just a simple problem. However, we need to fix it. So over the weekend, over the past holidays and the weekend, I was working out here in the garage and I saw something. I saw something I didn't like. So, well, let's check it out. So here's my little shelving system that I've got to hold my engine projects, my small engine projects, and my various parts and whatnot. But what I found was that with the weight of everything, it's starting to collapse. It's starting to go this way. And I noticed when I was going to put the Briggs that we started up, the 130202 engine we started up in the last video, I was going to put it back here where it was. And then I noticed that something wasn't right. That the whole shelving system was moving like at an angle like this and towards the well machine and Mighty. So I got a closer look and I saw that the joints were definitely this is where this cabinet's like two pieces, and this is the joint where it comes together. Now I probably could have put a flat bar in here and stiffened it up, but honestly, look at the shelves. The shelves are so thin that they're also collapsing under the weight of the engine. It's basically just stamped or shaped sheet metal, and thin sheet metal at that. And it doesn't want to hold shape with the weight of the engines. Now I put the engines on the bottom so that the weight wasn't on top. There is a lot of weight on top. These are a lot of parts up here, but I put the big heavy engines on the bottom. That's not going to work anymore. That's could be a danger. If it falls over, it could damage a lot of stuff, could hurt somebody. It's a definite problem. So what we're going to do to remedy this problem, I went to the Depot store and I picked up this. This is their 5-shelf storage unit, 36 inches wide, which is this way, by 18 inches long, which is this way, by 74 inches tall, which is this way. So it's also a 5-tier shelf, just like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's a lot bigger, and the shelves are a lot thicker. Just it's a bigger shelving system altogether. And it is plastic, and this one is sheet metal, but this one is so thin that it just can't support the weight. So I say we get this one put together, and then we'll start taking everything off of this one, get this one out of the way, put this one over there, and start loading it back up. I can also see that the Mighty 212 is leaking a little bit of oil. See that? Must be out the side cover. We'll take a look at that too when we get the engine off. But I'm going to go ahead and put this new storage unit together, and we'll get everything taken off the old one and get things put away. So yeah, let's see how we put this thing together. Now, what do we got here? Get all this plastic off. Looks like we got some bands we got to cut. I don't think it really needs instructions, but there probably are some in here somewhere. Oh yeah, right here on the back. We may take a look at it. Set it out of the way right now. Let's get these pieces on wraps. They do have bands on them to keep them together. You have the 2 bands. I think I got something to cut that. There we go. Here's all the legs, pieces, more leg pieces. That's just gonna fall apart and make a mess. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I've got everything organized here. I've got my 5 shelves. I've got my 4 the bottom feet, I'll call them, and then the tubing top covers, and 16 uprights with one, I guess, strap to hold it to the wall if you need to keep it from falling over. I'm gonna have all my weight on the bottom like that one, so I don't expect it to be wobbly or top heavy. It's pretty big anyway. It's 18 inches deep, so it should be better than that one all around. That one was a gift. I have another one out back in my shed and it's working fine. I guess this one with the weight on it just wasn't right. Something was wrong with this one. Maybe I didn't tighten it up good enough. I don't know. But it definitely couldn't support all of that. So hopefully this one will. I think we should get going on assembling it and yeah, get this done. Get this figured out. So according to the instructions, it's pretty easy to put together. We're going to start with step 1, assembling the bottom. So we got those bottom feet down there that are going to slip through the first shelf, and then we'll put the first set of uprights, and well, we'll go from there. It looks like they're shaped to where they just interlock with each other. Let's take a look. It looks like they're shaped just to interlock with each other, just like that. So the shelf obviously sits on top or between. So yeah, it looks like it's pretty simple. So let's get started. Let's figure it out. I'm gonna take my first shelf, my bottom shelf, stick my first bottom, I'm gonna call it a bottom feet. Doesn't go in there all the way. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, it's got a little, it'll be a little bit off the floor, as you can see. It doesn't go all the way through. There is a stop inside, so it won't go all the way through. We'll just put all 4 of them in. Now you may get some material like this left over from construction, and well, the feet won't go in. Well, there it goes. You may have to take a blade and kind of shape that out. Just kind of a little razor blade or knife or something and take that stuff out. But I was able to get it in. Okay, there's our first part. Ta-da! Now let's go with this first set of uprights. Well, I gotta say this is gonna be pretty easy. Just like that. Woo! Go, Willy, go! That's simple. Now let's get the next shelf. I'm almost embarrassed to make a video of doing this. It's so simple. It'd just be like, uh-oh, what's Willy up to today? Oh shoot, the shelf falling. Prices diverted. There we go. Now supposedly, these shelves are supposed to hold like 175 pounds, or I forget how much it says. 100 and, what does it say? The total weight is 750 pounds total capacity. 150 pounds per shelf. That's pretty good, right? I don't think those engines weigh 150 pounds. I think it'll work. Next set of uprights. Like I said, it's simply so easy. I'm embarrassed to make a video about it. But I need it. Might as well share it. What Willy's doing today. We'll get the next shelf. We'll just get it up here. Align it. Align it. Align it. There we go. Do do do. Pa pa pa. Wow, it is really solid actually. I hope Willy's tall enough. There we go. It's got to be considerably taller than that one. There we go. One more level. This is already at the height of that 5 tier. Can you believe it? Wow. We're gonna go one more level up. Oh. Last set of uprights. This thing is tall. I'll get you guys to see it here in a minute. Come on now. There we go. And last but not least, the 4 caps on the top. This thing's quite a bit taller than the other one. Wow. So I've got my 4 caps here, and I can't see it, but I know where they gotta go. They gotta go right up here. Now we're just gonna put them in. Just like that. All 4 of them. You see it? You see the hole? Let me change hands here. See the hole? In like that. I'm gonna get the other 2 in, and then we'll come back to what we're doing. Wow, take a look at them side by side. The difference in height, the difference of thickness of material. Yeah, I gotta believe this thing's gonna be a lot better off than this one. I'll be able to put more on each shelf, I think, too. The engines can sit at a different angle. I like the way they're displayed there, though, but it's just not gonna hold up. My TV antenna might be a problem, though. I don't know when we start putting stuff on top, but we'll have to figure that out. Maybe we can relocate the TV antenna. Actually, I don't use this for TV anymore. What this is actually connected to is a stereo to get reception. But hey, we can take it down maybe and get rid of it up there and make it look a little better. But I'm happy with this. Really happy with this shelf. Glad I went ahead and bought it. Glad I noticed that this one was falling over. I would hate to have found out the hard way when it actually fell over and dropped everything on the floor. So, or hurt somebody or damaged something. So I'm glad I found out, and I bought this new shelf. And at the time, this shelf was a little over 50 bucks, and it's worth it, I think. As long as it does what it's intended to do, I think we'll be just fine. I may put something on top here because, like, we noticed the Monster 212 is leaking, and I don't want them leaking through. Obviously, I don't want it to leak through, so I may put some plastic over here or something to protect from the engines, or maybe I'll get drip pans and put drip pans under the engines over here. That may be what to do. We have one of those dollar stores nearby. I can go there and pick up a couple of drip pans, and yeah, that might be the thing to do. How many engines I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got about 6 engines. I can just go get 6 drip pans, and we'll have them to put here and catch any of the oil spills. Groot's barking. He'll stop here in a minute. He's got all the dogs in there for going. But this looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this off and transfer it over to here. I'll let you know when we're done. All right, for the big reveal. Here we go. Let's take a look at this new 5-tier shelf system that replaced the thin, shaky sheet metal system we had before that's, you can see, is all bent. So like I said, let's check it out. There we go. All nice and organized again somewhat. Got a lot more room for activities. A lot of stuff can go behind the engines. What I might do is get all the various parts that I have for the various engines and put them behind the engines. That kind of keeps things organized per engine. I didn't have the baking sheets right now like I was talking about. I just went ahead and put a blue towel underneath each one. The Monster 212 is one I'm worried about. It's the one that's leaking. But I did it under both of them. I'm thinking about taking these shelves and cutting these instead of going and buying new ones. Buying those sheets to go underneath it. I'll just use these 5 shelves to go under the engines. I think it'll work just fine. I think it'll help out. What I'll do is I'll use them upside down so it contains the oil inside. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I can do that another day. It doesn't have to be in this video. I'll show you guys another time. But look at that. Look at that. It looks good. And it's strong. It ain't going nowheres. I like that a lot. Now I could always take a little support off the backside and run it up to the top, just to give it a little bit of support if I want to. But I honestly don't think it's going to fall over. I think it'll be just fine. So I know this wasn't one of my usual videos of building an engine or repairing a car or working on the Baja Razor or the mini bikes or whatever. And it's not really a Tool Tuesday video. It's just one of the Willy Garage videos like we did when we did the rear shelf in the back. So thanks for stopping by and checking it out. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave a comment below for anything you have, any questions you may have about the shelves or the engines or whatever. I don't care. Just leave me something. Just say something nice, bad, whatever. I'll accept it all. And yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking out my videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.